Sincerely, as a new programmer, picking your first programming language to learn is the most important decision you need to make in your career. Okay, so and I get this question asked a lot by new persons who are just coming to the industry. And if you have this question in mind, or you're looking for the best language to learn to get a job fast, in this video, I am going to answer that question for you. But before I answer that question, I will give you some of the features you should look for in a particular programming language before picking it as your first programming language. Okay, well, before I continue, if you're new to this channel, please smash the subscription button below and give this video a thumb up. I will really appreciate it. And if you've been here before, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's get into the video. As a beginner who wants to learn to code, the first programming language you pick is the most important decision you need to make. Okay, so here are some of the features you should look for in a particular programming language before picking it as your first language. The language should be easy to learn. You see, as a new programmer who just started his or her career in the programming industry, you don't need to start your journey by learning complex programming syntaxes. Any language you have chosen to learn, the syntax should be as close as possible to writing English language. At the end of this video, I am going to give you two programming language I think that matches all the features I'm going to list here. So if you stick to the end of it, you can make choice from any of them and start your journey from that place. Features number 2, the language should be multi-purpose or versatile. You see, as a new programmer, you wouldn't like to pass through the stress of learning a new language each time you want to build a different kind of project. For instance, if you want to build a web app, you need to learn a new language. If you want to build a desktop app, you need to learn a new language. And if you want to build an Android app, you would also need to learn a new language. Like, I believe you wouldn't like to pass through the stress. So I encourage beginners who are just coming to the industry to pick a programming language that is versatile, okay, that can be used to build different kind of projects. Okay, so like I said, if you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to give you two programming languages that I think will match all the features I have listed in this video. Okay, features number 3, the language should have a strong community. Like, this is very important as a beginner to pick a programming language that has strong community, because the more people that use a particular programming language, the more resources you're going to get out there. Okay, so it will be difficult if you pick a programming language that does not have strong community or that does not have enough resource on the internet. I imagine when you get blocked, my friend, who's going to help you? Okay, so these are some of the questions you should ask yourself, and this is why you should pick a programming language that has strong community backing it up. Okay, so for instance, if you pick a language that has strong community backing it up, if you run into problems, it will be easier to find people who are going to help you, and you're going to see lots of resources everywhere that can help you improve in the coding language. Again, like I said, if you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to give you two programming language that matches all the features I have been listing here in this video. Features number 4, the language should be fast to write and easy to understand. You see, as a new programmer, you wouldn't like to pass through the stress of trying to understand the syntax first before actually understanding what is going on when you're working through a coding example. Okay, so you should start with a coding language that is very easy to understand. Like, when you're going through someone else's code, either a coding example or through GitHub, you should be able to understand the code as quickly as possible. And if you're also writing a program with a language, it should be fast to write. Okay, for instance, this is a simple hello world on Python and this is a simple hello world on Java. So you can imagine the differences. Like, it's easier to write, like Python is easier to write compared to Java. Like, you might need to go through the syntax of Java first to be able to understand what's going on as compared to the Python. Okay, so this is very important as a beginner to pick a language that is fast to write and easy to understand. And again, like I said, for the end of this video, I'm going to give you two programming languages I think that matches all the features I have listed in this video. Okay, so these are the simple 4 features I think you should look for in a particular programming language before picking it as your next language to learn. Okay, so as a beginner who just started his or her career in the programming industry, you might be thinking that if you start learning to code the simple language, it will be difficult to learn other languages. Well, my friend, it is not that's not the truth. In programming, learning one language makes it easy to learn another language. The difference between the different programming languages are syntax, although most of them are built for specific purposes. But if you learn one language first, it will be easy to learn the next language. Majorly, the difference is just syntax. Okay, so if you walk through these 4 features, some of you already know the 2 programming languages I think that matches every features I have listed in this video are Python and JavaScript. Okay, so these languages are multi-purpose. They are versatile, they are fast to learn, they are easy to understand, and they have strong communities backing them up. You see, for instance, you can learn Java. If you learn JavaScript, you can use JavaScript to build web apps, mobile apps, desktop apps. Even for blockchain, you can use JavaScript. Even for some kind of data modeling, you can also use some kind of JavaScript libraries. And likewise, if you learn Python, you can use Python to build backend for your web apps. You can use Python for your data analysis, you can use Python for blockchain. So this language are multiple words that are versatile, and it is easier. You can write less code with JavaScript and Python as compared to other programming language. So as a beginner, I will encourage you to start your learning journey with either Python or JavaScript, because they have strong community. If you run into problems, people are going to help you, and many. There are lots of resources online, and also there is a huge community. You can join anyone. Definitely, currently there are some kind of local communities in different countries, so you can either join them, and there are many people that will be ready to help you when you get blocked. Okay, basically, depending on your field of interest, the language of choice might change. If you're more interested in web development, then JavaScript is your go-to language. And if you're more interested in things like machine learning, data analysis, then Python is your go-to language. Also, if you're more interested in back-end programming language, you can either go for JavaScript, Node.js, or you can still learn Python, either Django or Flask. Okay, so basically, depending on your field of interest, your language is going to change. If you're interested in blockchain, then you can either go for JavaScript or Python. Both of them can be used for blockchain programming. But more importantly, I prefer JavaScript, because almost all the frameworks are built on JavaScript. Okay, so but there are lots of biases between JavaScript and Python when it comes to the blockchain programming. But you can still make your own research and pick your choice, anyone that suits you best. Okay, but what I'm trying to say here is, as a beginner, picking between JavaScript and Python is your best language to actually start with, because these languages are easy to write, less codes involved, there are lots of communities around them. Okay, so I think for now, that is all I have for you in this video. If you have any other thing, you can use the comment box below, and I'll be willing to answer all your questions. Okay, so once again, if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscription button below. I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, and if you've been here before, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumb up for the YouTube algorithm. Okay, so thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video, and see you next time.